The most holy zodiac signs. Who do you think among us is born with a special mission? To carry light, cleanse space, and heal hearts, even without realizing their divine nature? Who are these people in whom the highest energy of good lives, who feel the pain of others as their own, and will never refuse to help? Among the 12 zodiac signs, there are those who did not come into this world by chance. Their soul is older than time. Their actions are like a prayer. Their energy is like protection. This is not about naivety or weakness. This is about inner purity, a powerful field, and the ability to carry spiritual fire, even when the whole world is immersed in darkness. Today you will find out who the holy zodiac signs are. Those who were born not just under a symbol, but with a spiritual seal on their hearts. Stay until the end. Perhaps your sign is the one that holds this great power. Subscribe if you feel that your soul is looking for more than just horoscopes. Here we talk about the sublime, in simple words. And write in the comments which of your loved ones you have always considered a bright person. Perhaps you will see them on this list. The first sign is Leo. Leo is a sign in which holiness manifests itself through willpower, nobility, and the ability to take responsibility, not only for oneself, but also for others. This is not obedience, not silent virtue, but an internal discipline in which there is no place for cowardice, lies, or betrayal. Leo never hides. He moves forward, even if there is pain on the way. His holy core is firmness, endurance, devotion to an idea, and a sense of justice that is not subject to bargaining. Representatives of this sign carry within themselves the gift of giving light. They know how to inspire, lead, and at the same time not lose their humanity. Their words sound like a vow. Their actions and ambition shape the destinies of others. Leo does not compromise with meanness. He does not forgive outright evil, but is able to understand weakness. This is his inner purity. He distinguishes where a person has gone astray and where he has already become a danger, and he will never confuse one with the other. It is Leo who most often becomes the one who protects the weak, even if it is inconvenient for him. He intervenes when others are afraid, because he cannot calmly watch the balance being disturbed. His soul is built like a shield. He does not talk about his mission, he just acts. His silence is a sign of readiness to take someone else's blow. His look is a promise that he will not betray, will not abandon, will not break. Leo's spiritual strength is manifested in the ability to control himself even in the most difficult moments. He does not lose his dignity. He can be furious, but will never stoop to revenge. His anger always has a limit, and even at the peak of emotions, he is aware of the boundaries of what is permitted. This is not innate, it is a choice. Every Leo at some point decides, I will not be like those who sow chaos. I will be the one who maintains order. Leo's holiness is conscious service, not to those who ask, but to those who really need it. He distinguishes between those who manipulate and those who are silent from shame. He feels who needs a word and who just needs presence. He does not preach, he does. And that is why his actions are remembered for a long time. Because they are not for show, they are from the inner code. And if Leo is silent, this is not weakness. This is an internal decision to give the world a chance to correct itself. He believes that a person can change. But if he does not change, he will stand between good and evil as long as he can. Without fear, without complaints, without the need to be understood. Because this is his essence, his calling, his path. The second sign of Pisces. Pisces carry within themselves a purity that does not require proof. Their holiness is not loud and not ostentatious. This is an internal readiness to sympathize even with those who turned away. This is the ability to forgive, even if the pain is alive. Pisces do not demand recognition, do not ask for gratitude, do not expect understanding. They simply do what is right, because they do not know how to do otherwise. This sign can see deeper than anyone else. He feels where a person is having a hard time, even if he is smiling. He senses trouble from a distance and often comes earlier than asked. Pisces do not raise their voices, but their silence heals. Their kindness is not naivety, but a choice. They see that the world is cruel, and that is why they try not to add unnecessary pain to it. Their empathy is not weakness, but the strongest armor, because it allows them to accept even the most broken. Representatives of this sign often help in the shadows. They do not chase attention. They give support and disappear, because they know that they do not need to be on stage. Their path is the path of service without glory. Pisces know the value of words because they feel when a word can save, and they speak exactly at the moment when it is necessary. Not earlier, not later. They feel the moment. If someone in this world is hurt, Pisces feel it as a personal wound, and they still continue to believe in people. Even after betrayals, even after losses, they do not become embittered. Their heart remains alive, even if it is broken. Because the main thing is embedded in them, the ability to love the world as it is, without illusions, without rose-colored glasses, with the awareness that evil exists, but it can be survived if there is at least someone nearby who has not turned away. The holiness of Pisces is not isolation from the world, but the deepest immersion in it. This is the ability to go through dirt without staining the soul. This is inner honesty when it would be easy to lie. This is caring, even if you are not asked. This is silence, in which you can hear more than in 1,000 words. Pisces are not perfect, but this is precisely their greatness. They know their weaknesses, their fears, their wounds, and still continue to shine. Because they believe that if at least one person becomes kinder, then they have not lived in vain. And while others look up in search of saints, Pisces simply live according to their conscience, without titles, without icons, simply with an open heart. The third sign is Sagittarius. No other sign of the zodiac carries such a natural craving for truth, justice, and inner purity as Sagittarius. His desire for a higher meaning is manifested not in words, but in actions. He does not waste time on petty things, does not participate in dirty games, does not build intrigues. His moral compass is always pointed upward, and he goes through life with the conviction that the light inside is more important than the outer wrapper. This makes Sagittarius one of the holiest signs. But his holiness is not ostentatious or declarative. This is an internal attitude. To live honestly, to tell the truth, not to betray. Sagittarius has an innate understanding of where the permissible ends and the destructive begins. He does not need dogmas to do the right thing. His ethics are a feeling, an intuitive filter that does not allow him to cross the line. Even if everyone around him commits meanness and justifies their actions with profit, he does not give in. His soul is too proud to sell itself for temporary bonuses, and it is this quality that makes him special. He does not try to please, he strives to be real. His inner holiness is in the actions he takes, even when no one sees. In the life of Sagittarius, there are often situations where he could act easier, faster, more profitably, but he chooses the path that his conscience recognizes as correct. This creates the feeling that he has an invisible observer inside him, whom he will never allow to be disappointed. People feel it. They come to him for advice. They are not afraid to be vulnerable with him. His energy is transparent. He does not manipulate, does not play, does not use. He simply is, bright, direct, honest. And this is a value that cannot be faked. Sagittarius's holiness is manifested in small things, in the ability not to judge, even when he has every right to do so, in the ability to forgive when it seems that it is impossible to forgive, in the way he supports others without expecting gratitude. He is not a savior, he is an example. He does not demand to be followed, he simply moves forward, honestly, steadfastly, with an open heart. His strength is in the ability to maintain the bar where many give up, and his soul remains pure even after clashes with cruel reality. Yes, Sagittarius can be harsh. Sometimes his straightforwardness hurts, but it is not out of anger. It is out of loyalty to principles. He does not know how to play, does not want to lie, is not used to adapting. He says it like it is. Because for him, the truth is more important than comfort, and because this is the only way he can maintain self-respect. People who truly know Sagittarius intuitively feel in front of them is a person with deep internal discipline, with high personal morality. This is real holiness, not in poses, not in quotes, not in clothes, but in how a person acts when he has a choice. And Sagittarius always chooses honor. In moments of crisis, it is Sagittarius who often becomes a support for others. He does not leave, does not remain silent, does not hide. He can take a hit, take responsibility, lead when no one knows what to do. His light is not loud, but steady. It is a fire that does not go out, even when everything around him collapses. He is not afraid of chaos, because he has order inside. And this order is spiritual, not religious, not declarative, but deep, suffered, time-tested. That is why among Sagittarius there are often philosophers, teachers, spiritual leaders. Not because they seek power, but because their voice sounds with special purity. Their words hit the target because they come from the heart and not from a desire to please. They do not impose, do not argue, do not aggression. They simply speak their truth, and it sounds strong, because behind it is a person who lived it without betraying himself. Sagittarius is a symbol of inner freedom, higher morality, and unbending honesty. This is someone who does not need a stage to be real. His spiritual mission is to bring light, without simplifying, without smoothing, without retreating. And that is why he remains one of the holiest signs of the zodiac. His path is the path of strength through purity, truth through kindness, freedom through responsibility. The fourth sign is Taurus. The holiness of Taurus is not in words or gestures. It lives in the silence of his actions, in the stability of his position, in the ability to be kind where others choose to be indifferent. This sign rarely talks about his kindness. He simply lives the way he thinks is right. Not for praise, not for recognition, but because he does not know how to do otherwise. His care is not an act, it is a lifestyle. He does not promise, he does. He does not prove, he is just there. And this is his true strength. Taurus can be firm, stubborn, even rude, but his soul is crystal clear. He does not take revenge, does not humiliate, does not destroy. He preserves. His moral guidelines are simple and immutable. He does not betray. He does not abandon. He does not play on feelings. He can distance himself if he is betrayed, but he will never initiate pain. His holiness is loyalty, not blind, not imposed, but deep and conscious. He makes a choice and holds on to it. This applies to everything: relationships, friendship, responsibilities. If he gave his word, it will become a stone on which to build. If he loves, it is forever. And this is his spiritual superiority over many others. Taurus lives slowly, consciously. He feels the rhythm of life in a way that no one else does. He does not chase fashion, the opinion of the crowd, or momentary benefits. His path is depth. He does not scatter energy, does not scatter attention. He invests where he sees meaning, and when he invests, he transforms the space. His care is tangible. His participation is like a foundation on which you can rely. He does not demand gratitude. He does not crave applause. He simply does his own. And this is the highest form of service. Even in moments of crisis, Taurus remains reliable. He will not be shaken by panic, nor will he be led astray by provocation. He is stubborn in his kindness. He can be tough, but not cruel. He can be demanding, but not indifferent. His strength is in the ability to maintain mental stability, even when everything around him is collapsing. He is not perfect, but he is honest. He is not a saint by declaration. He is a saint in essence. And this is more valuable than any ostentatious spirituality. Taurus does not like to talk about the sublime. He prefers to show. It is more important for him to feed than to teach. He saves, even if he does not admit it. He supports, even if no one sees. He takes on more than he says. His kindness is silent, but no less powerful. People are drawn to him because it is safe next to him, because he is like the earth, reliable, fertile, stable, and this is his true spiritual mission. Everything Taurus does, he does out of respect, for himself, for others, for life. He does not tolerate falsehood, does not stand lies, does not support hypocrisy. If he is near, it means it is sincere. If he helps, it means from the heart. His inner morality does not require an audience. He lives according to his conscience, because he cannot do otherwise. And this is what makes him one of the holiest signs. Not in theory, but in practice. Not in words, but in actions. Taurus is not a preacher. He is a keeper. He protects the world, comfort, order, values. He does not rush about, does not shout, does not demand. He just stands like a wall behind which you can exhale. His spirituality is silence in which there is no fear. His holiness is warmth in which you can heal. He is the one who does not promise, but always comes, who does not shout, but always hears. And this makes him special. His light does not blind, it warms. His strength is not in volume, but in depth. His path is out of sight, but that doesn't make it any less important. The fifth sign is Aquarius. The holiness of Aquarius is in freedom, but not in freedom from rules, but in the freedom to be yourself, even if it is inconvenient for the world. This sign carries within itself the unstoppable power of an idea. It is capable of believing in goodness, even when the entire surrounding world lives by the laws of profit. It does not bend, does not give in, and does not change the essence for someone else's approval. Its holiness is in loyalty to its principles. Aquarius does not preach, it sets an example. It lives the way it thinks is right. Its actions are often incomprehensible to others, but there is no chaos in them. They have a logic that is understood only by those who know how to think outside the box. Aquarius does not expect gratitude. It does what is necessary and moves on. It does not cling to the result. Its goal is the movement of humanity forward. Representatives of this sign know how to tell the truth to the face, not out of cruelty, but out of respect. They do not manipulate, they do not flatter, they do not build an image. Their word is always pure, even if it is harsh. Because they do not play for approval, they live by an internal compass that does not go astray. And this is what makes them reliable in a world full of double meanings. Aquarius will not please, but he will always come to the aid of someone who has fallen. He will not pity, but will be there. He will not impose advice, but will give a choice. And it is this form of freedom that is the expression of spiritual maturity. Because true holiness is not control, but respect for the path of another. And Aquarius is a master at this. This sign is able to change the future because it is not afraid to destroy the outdated. It easily breaks the chains of tradition if it sees that they no longer make sense. And in place of emptiness, it builds something new, cleaner, more honest, deeper. Its energy is aimed not at destruction, but at purification. It does not fight for righteousness. It creates a space where everyone can be real. The holiness of Aquarius is in the revolution of the soul. He raises questions that others are afraid to ask. He breaks illusions so that the light can be revealed. And he does not expect to be understood. He does not act for praise. But because he knows that there is no other way. Because if not him, then who?